This is a question that I've been thinking about recently. So I'm curious what you think because a couple months ago I was definitely kind of feeling burned out, and I think where burnout comes from is when as an entrepreneur you're working on something, you take a bet, you take a risk to try to make something happen. And if you work multiple weeks on that thing and it doesn't pan out as you're hoping, I think that's when I feel burnout. Maybe that's when you feel burnout, is when your expectations kind of get dashed. And so I was feeling that a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what, maybe this summer I should just take a full month off. So obviously, to answer this question, like, you have to, I guess, be in that position where you can take a month off, where you can just be like, all right, I'm just gonna like try not to work for a whole month. So obviously that's a blessing that I could do that. And so you may or may not be in that situation. But if you were, would this be something you would do? Because what I'm thinking about, there's some positives and some negatives. The positives, maybe I come back very refreshed from this month and I'm like really excited to dig down and build and do things. Obviously, the negative is, you're missing out on some time making progress and moving and making things happen. And for me right now, my business is like in the crypto market, like it's in the crypto world, and crypto is kind of, we're in a bull market. Crypto's doing well. So it's kind of some prime time to like maybe make things happen. And so I would potentially be missing out on that. Back to the pros, it's like, what would I even do with this month? My vision was I would basically just like be outside a lot, do things around the house. We have different projects I could do, some painting projects, some little building projects, where I could just like move forward a lot in that month. I was even thinking about like taking like a gun safety class or something like that. So I could really see coming back from that month just very energized and ready to get back to it, and get back to building and creating things. I think it will actually be hard. Like for most of us builders, it's like, this is what we want to do, right? Like that's why we're doing it, is we want to build, we want to make things. And I think it will actually be hard to kind of stop building and like unplug. I think what I would envision is maybe like every Monday for like 2 hours, I'll get online and I'll do the different little maintenance business things that I need to do. But otherwise, like try to be off the computer, try to be off social media, try to be off all those things, which I think could be difficult. But yeah, so I'm trying to think if this is worth it, if I should do this. And so if you're in my shoes, or even in your current situation, is this something that you would do? So reply down below in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Like, would you do something like this? Do you think it's a good idea or not? And I'm interested to see what people put down there.